Yeah, so just to be brief about the different types of lending that I see coming through the lines, and it always depends on the lender and what their
Mhm.
options are, but there are three
Mhm.
types. The first and the easiest loan potentially is the second home or vacation home loan, where the down payment requirement is very low. 10% down payment, but there are some rules and regulations that go along with that. So Cheree, can you give us a little idea of what a 10% or a second home loan like look like?
Yeah, and I will take a step back and say that it's not necessarily the easiest, it's just a choice and a decision. And that is based on a few different factors. So people will say that they want a lower down payment. So they want to do 10% down, and you can do that with a second home loan. I will say this though, this is the issue. If you do not have high income, then this is not the loan for you. The reason for that is this 10% down payment, second home loan. There are two specific things that affect it. Number one is it is a conventional loan. So they're going to look at your income and they're going to look at your debt, and you have to be within a certain threshold in order for you to be approved. The second is that they cannot and will not count the expected rental income for the property. So sometimes when you are looking at conventional loans and you hear about investor conventional loans, we are able to count the long-term rental income only, not short-term rental income. But for second home loans, you have to be able to afford that mortgage on your own. Another question that people ask me is, I don't own my primary home. Can I get this loan? And the answer is yes, you can. So some people live in New York or Jersey or places like that where they may not own their primary home, but you can get a second home loan through this.
Awesome. Okay.
Mhm.
And quick regulations. Have to live in the house for 2 weeks out of the year, something like that.
That so the regulations or the guidelines don't say like a specific number of days. I think they used to, but they, recently it hasn't said that because I went back and checked. But they do say that you have to have access to the property. So it cannot be a long-term rental. The other thing is it has to be something that can be used year round. So, I would say Antarctica, but, they're not going to fund in some place where the property cannot be used year round. So that's a couple of the things which make short-term rentals, especially in the Shenandoah area, Massanutten, places where Erin is located. That makes it so great, is because people are using it in the winter, summer, all the seasons.
I have
Yeah,
a
for
quick
sure.
question. So you mentioned in the beginning, it's good for high income earners. Can you define relative? I know it's all relative, right?
It's all relative.
Where that threshold might be. And the second question, it probably tails a little bit on that first one, is from my understanding, not only do you need to be able to carry the loan on the property that you're buying as a vacation rental, you also need to carry the mortgage on any primary
That is
residence that you
correct.
currently have, right? So you essentially need to
Yes,
be able to carry every mortgage that you have in addition to the one that you're looking to purchase as a vacation rental. And I think
that
that
is
that's probably
correct.
where you come in with this is for high income people because you need to be able to carry the different mortgages.
Yes. So because we have a lot of investors that we work with, I will say that if the property is if you have a portfolio of properties and the others are investment properties, but this one you're wanting to purchase now will be a second home loan, we can again count that rental income. We are going to be looking at your taxes though. So if you have a CPA that loves to expense everything on your taxes, you know, I could get complicated, but just understand that that there are certain things, certain protocols you need to have. But your first question is, how much do I have to make? The answer is it depends on your debt. that's on your credit report, right?